Hello, everyone. I am just waiting for everybody to filter in. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Welcome to Roundtable number 1. We're going to go ahead and get started. But before we do, please remember to just remain on mute unless you're called on, and to introduce yourself, please, before you ask your first question. Also, no follow-up questions, please. All right, Stephanie, you can go ahead and take the first question.
Thank you. Stephanie Holland from The Root. Thank you for talking with us today.
Thanks for having me.
So I'm wondering if now that we're going to see number 1 sort of in her element on the Enterprise, are there going to be some changes from the character we met on Discovery?
Yes, we're developing an actual character who actually has a name, Una Chin Riley. And, she was introduced to the world 58 years ago, almost 60 years ago, in the cage, in the rejected original pilot of Star Trek. And she was only known as number 1. And we only saw her performing tasks at hand, so we never knew her as an actual character. We know from Discovery that she's very good at her job. And very fastidious and very meticulous. And we find out in Strange New Worlds in episode 3 that there's something she's hiding. And I believe that thing that she's hiding is the reason she's so good at what she does. And she's also a little bit intimidating. And I believe she does that to keep her distance from people.
All right, Kurt, you can take the next one. I'm sorry. Did you all hear me? Kurt, you can take the next one. I might have been on mute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Hi,
Hi.
Rebecca.
Hi.
Kurt Anthony Krug, Showbiz Junkies. How are you? Thanks
Great.
for doing
How are
this.
you? Thank you.
Doing good, thanks. Before I ask my question, loved you on King and Maxwell.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
What attracted you to the part of number 1 in the first place?
I was introduced to Star Trek when I was 8 years old by my mom, the original series. So I have been a Trekkie since I was a kid. And the opportunity to play this legacy character that was a little bit of a blank slate just felt incredible, like an incredible opportunity. There are a lot of familiar characters in Strange New Worlds, and I think we know how protective of the canon and of these characters the Star Trek fans are. So, I'm a caretaker. I want to get it right. I'm protective of this character as well. But we are developing her, and it's been a trip so far. It's been a ride.
Yes, it has. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Gustavo, you're next.
Okay, great. So, hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Gustavo.
I wanted to ask you about actually your husband, because you and your husband, Jerry O'Connell, play a number 1.
Yes.
He plays in Lower Decks, and you on Strange New Worlds now. Is there any insight or tip you shared with each other about it that you can share with us?
His show is animated, so I'm the only one that gets to actually wear a uniform.
That's true.
So I never let him forget that. I remind him of that all the time. He doesn't actually get to wear a uniform. He just goes to a ADR soundproof booth.
Great, thank you.
No, it's very funny. We think it's hilarious that we both get to play number 1s. And then also next week we have Jonathan Frakes coming to join Strange New Worlds. He's going to be directing, and my husband will be visiting. It's like too many number 1s in the same room.
That's great, thank you.
Okay, Eric, you're next. Eric, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, from Fillmore.
All right, thank you. Thank you for doing this. My name is Eirik Bull from Filmlore. Compared to the original series number 1, how do you feel the character has changed in Strange New Worlds?
Well, we only saw her on screen for 14 minutes in that original rejected pilot, and we didn't see much of a character. We just saw her working, being very good at her job. And so now we finally get to see this development and learn her name and see why she is the way she is. I believe that no one loves Starfleet more than Una. I believe that no one loves the stars more than Una. And she's very, very, very devoted to Starfleet, but she's hiding this secret, which is a really interesting and fun color to play in a character.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And Raphael, you're next.
Okay. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm too. What it's like to be part of two franchises as important to pop culture as X-Men and now Star Trek for you? You pinch yourself sometimes?
Yes, I do. And also I understand that, you know, the fans of both of those franchises are very protective of these important characters. And so I consider myself a custodian, a caretaker. We don't want to I don't want to get it wrong, you know. At the same time, you have to take artistic liberties, and it's exciting. They're very different franchises. They are both sort of in a sci-fi world, but I feel very, very lucky.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Ashley, you can take the next one.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
Hi. I wanted to ask, number one, of course, in the original pilot has, she's fairly stoic, and you've brought a measure of levity to that stoicism, which I really enjoy. What other aspects of her character are you excited to highlight in this coming season?
So hard to speak to it without spoiling what we learn about her in episode 3, because I have a lot to say about that, but I can't really talk about it openly, because what we learn about her in episode 3 will be explored. We're in the middle of our second season right now. We're going to continue exploring that up until where we are right now. But she's hiding something, and she's created a certain amount of distance between her and the crew to protect that, what she's hiding. But I do love because we're sort of going for similar themes to the original series. The funny bits are going to be funny, like the original series. The horrific bits are going to be horrific. Sexy bits are going to be sexy, because the original series was all of those things and so much more, as we all know. So it's great to get to know Una as an actual character and not just somebody who just does her job. She's got a personality as well. And so yeah, I'm embracing all of it. And it's, as actors, our job is more than just learning the words. Our job is also to bring something to the table. And we've had lots of amazing directors so far, but we just had one director that was really big on improvisation, and she wanted to film. She set aside time in our schedule to film extras and let us say whatever we wanted to say in those bits. A lot of it had to do with roasting one of our characters. And I don't know where they'll end up. They probably won't end up in the actual episode, but they will end up somewhere. And it's so fun to play like that.
Thank you. That was great.
Thank you.
All right, Michaela, you're next.
Hi, Rebecca. Thank you for your time. How is working with your co-stars, especially Anson, who is Pike, and everyone? How is the atmosphere in the set?
It's great. Everybody's so good. And, a lot of us are playing familiar characters from the original series. So again, going back to what I was saying earlier, we feel the love of the Star Trek fans and the need to get these characters right and take good care of them. And, we're taking care. There was difficulty, especially in our first season, filming during the pandemic. And we had a lot of COVID protocols in place that were an anchor, but they kept us feeling very safe. but we were very isolated. So we really couldn't spend any time together outside of work. So my favorite days were always when we were on the bridge, because that's when everybody was together and we could actually be a little bit like a family, because that's what you are when you are in a cast like this. This year is the same. We're still, the numbers are still spiking here. We're still adhering to the same COVID protocols. We still don't get to spend as much time together as we would like to. So it's the days when we're all together on the bridge that are my favorite. Because I love everybody. Everyone's so good. They're so good. Watching this, I mean, I just watched a couple of the episodes myself for the first time a couple days ago, and I hadn't seen everyone's performance like that. It's just, I just love everybody here.
All right, everyone.
And
That's
Anson,
all. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. That's okay. You asked specifically about Anson. Anson is great, and Anson and I don't know what our backstory is specifically, but I have asked the writers if we're going to have an episode where we learn about number one, about Una and Pike's backstory, and they say we will. But it's funny when we talk about our choices that we make in scenes. It has to do with, we think that we have a level of familiarity with each other that X's have, who can see straight through each other.
Thank you very much.
And all right, everyone, thank you so much for joining. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have today. You can say your goodbyes and exit the room. Thank you. Team, let's cut.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.